Well, here I am again back at Darts Corner. I was here 6 months ago in January to see Andy Cornwall to get a precision fitting. Professional player looking at my thrill to find the perfect dart for me. I thank you to everybody who watched the original video, to everybody who liked and commented. This is a follow-up to see how those darts are going. I selected the Mission M2 Chirons. Unfortunately, they've been discontinued now, so when I batter the original darts, I can't replace them anymore. So I'm back with Andy Cornwall to see if we can get something a little bit similar to building the foundations, just get that a little bit better. So come on, we'll meet Andy and we'll get cracking.
So, Colin,
Nice to see you again.
great to see you again, mate. Thanks for coming down. And believe it or not, it's been 6 months
I
now.
can't believe it's been 6 months. It's ridiculous, crazy.
Fantastic to see you still using the darts that I fitted you for. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
well, we were just talking off camera.
Yeah.
The reason why I've stuck with them is because, like, so many amateur dart players have got 10, 20, 30 sets, however much I've spent, not going to think about it.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's one thing I don't have to think about. So if there's a day where the darts aren't going particularly well, I'm not worried about, do I need to change the dart, do I need to change the point length, the stem or whatever, because someone who knows what they're talking about has actually looked at it.
Yeah, you know it's not a dart.
Yeah,
if you're having a bad throw day or whatever.
Yeah, so I'm not going down on Amazon 70 quid for another set of darts.
Yeah.
So.
But that was great to see. I've just been watching you have a throw and you're banging some 140s in and hitting a lot of trebles and it's looking really, really good. However,
Yes.
the reason I've got you here today is that sadly, that dart's been discontinued.
The Old Faithful's gone.
Yeah, the Old Faithful has gone, unfortunately. And what I didn't want you to happen, I mean, I've seen you scoring, I'm thinking, you know, PDC next year for you, mate, where you going? But I don't want you to get in the stage where you think, oh, right, you know, I've worn these out now, I've absolutely hammered them to bits, time to get a new set. And then we go, I'm really sorry, but we haven't got any. So we're going to look today to find you a replacement.
Yeah.
That's going to be very, very similar for obvious reasons. We fitted you for that in the first place. So we're going to find you something very, very similar. Again, we'll look at the stem and the flight because we have got some, you know, 6 months is a long time in darts these days. A lot of new stuff's come out of the Force 90s, etc., etc. And we were just talking off camera about the precision fitting and the fact that I now do them on the road, so we go to various places. It's a bit tricky when a guy rings up from Kent and says, can you come down and do me a fit? And I'm like, Kent's a long way to go for one fitting, but certainly when it's a group of people, we can go and do them. So that's great. I know your first video's done great, so this is a nice follow-up to that, and you had some lovely comments. It is a service that's working for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, the other day I had 3 county players come, all absolutely loved it and went away with new darts, and I've had comments back, you know, since.
I don't think people realise just how many sets of darts that you actually bring in, so many different styles that I'm thinking, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
It literally is something for everybody to at least try, and then they can figure out whether that's right or not, because I remember you were saying that people will find a dart and think that's right for them.
Yeah.
And they'll be wondering, why is this not working? Well, it's not right, is it? But, you know, when you've not got somebody professional looking at it, it's hard to judge, I feel.
And what I find a lot is even when I'm doing the fitting, people say, oh, I like the look and the feel of this, and I'm like, hang on a minute. You know what I mean? They throw it and I'm like, I'm really sorry, but it's not the right dart for you.
I was like that. I mean, when I came in the first time, I had Simon Whitlock darts, where everyone knows Simon Whitlock darts. They're very unique darts. Big scallop in the middle. Yeah. I had one throw, he said no, in the bin, come on.
Yeah.
And 6 months on, I haven't put these down.
Which is brilliant. Brilliant. And again, I've had people come for fittings, you know, and they pick up I give them a set and they go 180. And I go, I'm really sorry, mate, but that's not. And they go, what? I just hit a 180. These have got to be the ones, but they're not. And we've all done that. You pick up a set of darts, you borrowed your mates in the pub, whatever, and you go, oh my, these are amazing. I've got to get a set of these. And then a day later, you're like, well, I'm hitting 26. And it's because you haven't been fitted for those darts. You've just got lucky with that one throw. I've done it myself. Back in the day, somebody lent me a set of hexagonal darts. And I threw a 180 first throw, second throw 140. I've got to get some of these. I thought, I'll just give it 10 minutes. 10 minutes when my natural throw came in, they were not right. So that's what this is all about. It's finding the absolute right set. And we've done a few already this morning. Really happy people going away. So let's get stuck into it. Let's find you a replacement for the Chirons, which unfortunately have been discontinued. This happens in the world of darts, I know, for a million different reasons. It's, you know, sometimes it's they're not that popular. Sometimes, you know, the paint or the way that we're doing things has changed or whatever. Or maybe we're just refreshing the range. It does happen. So we're going to find you a new one today. So let's get stuck in. All right. Okay, so the darts on this dry. These. I don't want to get rid of them. 2 bullseyes. Yeah, going to be sad to see that. I'm afraid. Right, okay, you're going to have to put them down. I'm really sorry now, but you're going to have to put them down, buddy. All right. So let's get try with these. I've got 5 darts here in the mix that I thought are probably going to suit you.
So what weight are these?
So these are the Robin Burn, and these are 25.
Okay, which I think is the same as the...
Your Chirons are 25. So the ones that I've picked out are all going to be around that sort of 24, 25 mark. All right, let's have a throw with them.
So when you're looking at someone throwing a dart, what is it that you're looking for? Because there's sometimes I've picked up a set of darts, within 3 darts it's put them down and throw them again.
It's the 3 things that I always go on about. First of all, is the grip right? You know, is it coming out of your hand right? Or is it sticking in your hand? Or is it slipping out of your hand? So I'm kind of focusing on there. And what I'm focusing on is how that dart actually comes out of your hand. Right? And is it consistently doing the same thing every time? Are you getting any really bad pulls in the board because there's too much grip and you can't let go of it? Or are you know, is it slipping and you're getting a funny wavy dart or whatever? So that's my first thing. The second thing, I have this white background and I'm looking, how is that dart flying? I want it to be going like an aeroplane, nose up, you know, for as long as possible. No variations in the movement in the air. And then the third thing, can we get the right angle of entry into the board? All right. So that was my starter. They were the Robin Burn darts, and I don't think that's particularly right for you. That being said, because it is similar, you could throw that dart, and again, you could pick that dart up and go, yeah, I'm perfectly happy with this. Love the way it feels, like the look of it. Off I go. I bet the 140. You know, I'm great. I'm happy with this. But as you know by now, as your second visit, I'm never happy with that. I want the perfection. Yeah, I want something to go, oh my God, I wish I could throw like that. That's what I want.
We're not here for good enough, we're here for good.
We're here for, exactly. So, we'll move on to the next one, which is going to be the Suzanne Smith. Now, slightly more weight in the middle on this one. Nice cold coating on it and that sort of thing. Again, a 24 gram, so we're sticking around that sort of weight.
See that all of these have got that bulbous shape, which is what you picked out for me.
Yeah, from where you hold it, that just works for you. It just works for your throw that it comes out of. So if we can get that weight in the middle distribution, then I think we're on to a winner. Okay, so straight away that's flying better. I haven't, I've not looked intensely at the grip part yet, but through the air it's better. And it's kind of like, because I knew you were coming and I knew what dart you already had, I've kind of put them in a little bit of a tricky order with here, where I'm hoping that as we get further into the 5, they get even better. But again, that's a dart that you could throw. I can tell from the way that's going in, we could maybe do a slightly shorter stem on there, that's possible, but we'll do that at the end.
The other one's for the Condor Axe shorts.
Yeah, I think that's got a sort of tweeny length in it. But again, some good results. Alright, so the next one I want to go into the Crypt M1. Now, this is quite short. I just want to double check with you, if you put that in your hand, that your thumb is still on the grip at the back, because we've gone short here. So we'll just have a little check that grip-wise, I don't want you, I don't want you holding it on the stem. I want to make sure you're on the dart. So let's just have a look. I
won't throw it. I'll just grab it and then.
Yeah, you grab it wherever it feels comfy. Don't change your grip for the dart. I definitely don't want you to do that. So we're bang on it. We're bang on the grip, and that's great. All right, let's have a throw at that one now.
Okay.
Again, so some really nice things going on there, but I personally think it's going to be one of the last two that I'm going to go
I think
to.
with these ones, I've noticed more than the other ones, they sort of kick a little bit to the left.
Yes, yeah. All right, so now I want to go with the Crypt M2s. Now the heaviest we do in these is a 23, so it means you're going to have to come down a couple of grams.
Yeah.
But I just think the way this dart's set up, and I'm hoping, I've not seen you throw it, I'm just hoping that the way this dart's set up, where you grip it, the balance point is just going to be perfect for you. So
I've noticed these, if I just compare these, these are the first ones, are they?
yes, so that's the M1,
They're a little bit more tapered towards the bottom, sort of very, very similar, but just at the bottom there's where the main difference is.
It is. Weight's all, again, right in the middle, which is what we're looking for. But yeah, just a little bit more tapered at the front end.
Let's have a crack with these. So these are 23.
So these are 23, yeah. Now I actually do these in 21 and 23. We're not going to go down to 21, that's for sure for you. But let's see how the 23s go. Okay, so good signs to begin with. Again, as I always say, that second one, you didn't quite release your arms. I can't fix arms.
No.
I can only fix. I can only.
You can't improve ability. Just give me the tools to maximise it.
That would be a great one. If we could do this, this will guarantee to improve your ability. That'd be.
You would be a millionaire.
Yeah, that'd be a good seller. That I think. So again, good signs. We've put a couple there in the treble 5, but they're both right next to each other. So. Yeah, so that is flying absolutely lovely. That's really nice. That is so good through the air. I mean, that is flying exactly as I want it to.
Yeah, I mean, even I, so compared to the first one, it was almost like a straight line to the board.
Yeah.
Whereas even I can see in my eye line,
You can see this is going into flight mode,
flying.
and then the weight's pulling it in, and we're getting a lovely angle into the board. You know, and we've not even looked at the stem flight yet, so I'm really happy with this one.
I mean, that sort of angle, I think when I said the first time, that's the sort of angle that I like, where it's
Yeah.
just kicking up a little bit.
Yeah.
Which, that's the issue about ball. I always have a straight barrel darts, they just
Yeah.
lie too flat. But I didn't know why it was lying flat. That was the issue for about 5 years.
Yeah. No, everybody keeps persisting, because especially if you find a dart that you like the look of, you know, you think, oh, well, this one isn't working, but I'll try a different one, I'll try a different brand, but I'll stick with the same shape because I like that and it feels comfy.
Or it's working for this player.
And honestly, I mean, I've done over 500 of these now. The amount of people that will walk through the door telling me, I can only use a grippy dart, I can only do this, I can only do that. That's lovely darts, almost. 140, lovely. But they're telling me before they've got fitted. And then when you do the fitting, they go, oh, I hadn't thought of that. You know, I just always, I've been changing my stance, I've been changing my grip, I've been changing the way I throw to try and match the dart. You know, it's a bit like, I kind of relate it to buying a pair of nice trainers that they don't fit. So you try them with 3 pairs of socks on, then you try them without socks on. You know, you wouldn't do that, would you? You'd find a pair of trainers that fits. So,
That all that is, that it's never the dart, it's never quite true, is it?
So really happy with them.
Yeah.
What I think we'll do now is we'll go to the stem and the flight stage. You've just got standard nylons in there. Yeah, I get, so that there, I mean, if we can put your first dart in like that, look at the room in the treble.
Yeah.
And that's what we were doing with the Chiron. So that's what we're going to do with these. Really happy with them. Let's get the stem and flight changed. We'll try a few new variations on that. In fact, we'll start off with the mission one. Why not? So we'll start off with this smaller one first. Yeah.
So what is the difference between, say, sort of your classic standard flight nylon stem and sort of the all-in-one system of the combo axes?
Okay, so for me, when the moulded systems first came out, I'm going back ages, I tried them and I didn't think they flew right at all. It was almost like the balance wasn't right or they hadn't got the material right. And I was playing pro darts at the time and I was like, why can't I put them in and throw the same? Because I love the fact that they're 90 degrees.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't got to mess about. They don't go on the floor. They don't get Robin Hooded. So they've got so many benefits. But when they first came out, the balance wasn't right. It just totally wasn't. Fast forward 5, 6, 7 years, whatever happened, they suddenly got it right.
Yeah.
And I think Condor, L-Style, Cosmo were kind of the three that absolutely got it right. And now what I'm finding, because I tried all the different systems, is they all offer something different.
Yeah.
So whereas the Cosmo Fit Flight Air is super light, and people have said to me, it doesn't even feel like there's anything attached. It's so light.
Yeah.
That offers something very different to, say, what an L-Style does. I always think L-Style, and by the way, I haven't weighed them, but L-Style always feels a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, a bit more weight on the back end. So if the dart is going in too much pitch, put an L-Style in it, just bring it down a little bit. So we can mess about with how the dart goes into the board just by using the different systems. With your Cosmo, we've got your L-Style, your Mission Force 90s, all the different ones, they all offer something different. But it seems like they've perfected the material and the balance. And that's what I love about them. I love that I use them myself. I'm on the Mission Force 90s, not because I'm a Mission guy, just because that's the one that works for me. And that's what this is all about. I'm not here to put Mission Force 90s in everybody's dart just because it's a Mission precision fitting. I put in what's ever right.
And they're quite new, aren't they, those Mission?
Yeah, they are. We just done them in colours this month. We're going to try the originals on you now. But they just all offer something different. And again, so it's not only a case of, can I find the right dart? It's, I think I found the right dart.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the look of those stem and flights, I'll buy them. And then they go, oh no, my darts are landing flat all the time. Not thinking it might be the stem and flight, or you might need to go a little bit longer or a bit shorter. Look, 20 years ago, we bought whatever darts was available. We got some flights from behind the bar in the pub, and off we went. Now, you're talking tens of thousands of combinations, and it's getting the right one for the right person. So for me, the molded systems, it's just the way to go. It's one less thing to worry about.
I see it on tours, but there's more and more players. I mean, probably the most famous is probably Dave Chisnall. He's been using them for years now.
Yeah, and how many players do you see that aren't actually sponsored by them? Now that tells you something.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're not getting paid, but they've chosen to use that system because they believe in it so much. Now that says a lot to me. Because it's very easy to go, oh, a company's paying me X £1,000, I'll use that equipment.
Yeah.
But for them to actually come out and start using one of these moulded systems because they're scoring better, they're finishing better, without having a sponsorship deal, that tells me everything and tells you everything that you need to know about how good these systems are. So we've took them out. The first one I want to have a go with is the Force 90, but I want to do it in number 6 shape. Alright, so if you want to pop those in for me.
So these seem quite small of these stems compared to a standard one, still just a tad.
The flight or the stem?
The flight, sorry.
Yeah, so this is the number 6 shape. So you probably aware now we've got two kind of classic standard shapes, number 2 and number 6. Number 6 is slightly smaller, it's cut off slightly different at the top, and what will happen is less flight, the faster it goes.
Yeah.
Alright, so these are going to go into the board a little bit faster. The bigger the flight, the more drag.
Yeah, so I think these are my old ones that I got the original times. I'll just compare the two. You can see this is the original one. This is the one that I'm going to try out now. You can see
and then we're going to
difference.
Yeah, we're going to compare the two. Yeah.
Let's have a, so this should go through the F faster.
Yes. Quicker. Yeah, and again, if you're not a particularly aggressive thrower, which is why I want to try it.
Yeah.
If you get somebody that's really non-aggressive, so they're almost lobbing the dart, this will help.
Almost like a Mickey Mouse less.
Yeah, because it'll help get the dart there faster.
Ooh.
But there's a downside. So, as with the old style pear and kite, which we see less and less right now, I know we've still got some top players using those, but as with those, you will get more side-to-side movement. Phil Taylor famously used the smallest flights on tour.
Yeah.
And weirdly, well not weirdly, but he was the only one using them.
I've tried them, they're awful.
Who hasn't, we've all given them a go. And they were horrific. My darts went all over the place throwing those. There's a reason for that. You're taking away the balance, you're taking away the ability. If we put a really big fly on there, it'd stay nice and straight.
Yeah, I think with sort of something like this, you've really got to focus on getting that hand open.
Yeah.
Because it can just...
Yeah, absolutely. It'll just move side to side more. So I can see straight away, that's not going to be for you.
Yeah.
All right, we've lost the line a little bit. We're getting a little bit of side movement, so it's just not going to be
I can even see in the sort of
yeah. And at the end of the day, I want you to be confident. I want you to stand there knowing that your equipment, you know, on a good day, I'm going to hit 180s, but on a bad day, I'm still going to hit tons. So let's get them out and let's get a bigger flight in there. Alright, so I'm actually going to go now to the Condor Axe, which is what you have been using. Great system, in short again. And this is obviously now a number 2 shape.
Yeah.
What I'm going to try after this is the Force 90 in a number 2, which is slightly bigger. It's just been designed slightly bigger. So we'll try that one as well. But this is the one that you had in your Chirons.
Yeah. I mean, I've never actually seen the Force 90s before, so that's going to be interesting to sort of throw with them.
Yeah. I was almost going to say it's like a comfy sweater that you put back on. The first one went straight in the treble. Absolutely perfectly.
And then I felt on the press thing.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
as you know, if we turn the cameras off, you'll be 140s and 180s.
People didn't know what I was listening before. I promise you.
I know. Right, I'm just going to come around look at the back and make sure everything that's going on should be.
See, what I like about these, I mean, I know when I throw the dart if I've released it wrong, but the darts that you can't fix that.
Yeah.
But the darts that I'm releasing correctly, they're going dead straight.
Yes.
Which is before, I felt like I was releasing them correctly, but just a little bit skewed.
Yeah, and that's all we can do, Connor. You know, we can put the best darts in your hand. I can't make you world champion, unfortunately, like we said before, but I can give you the best chance to play so that when you are playing well, when that A game's on, you're going to score really heavy.
I mean, I've noticed, sort of, in the 6 months that, I mean, before I came to you, I was averaging, so if I hit 50, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good for me. Whereas now, if I dip below 50, that's a bad game.
Yeah.
And throughout the months, I'm adding sort of that consistency and the average is going up and up and up. And if, you know, if the average is down, it's not because of the scoring.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm hitting, you know, not even like talking some 40s, 180, I'm just talking 60, 58, just 45.
Yeah, big difference. Big difference.
I think a lot of it is having.
And that's such a good dart. That's in the top of the treble. You flick the second one. I can see it out the corner of my eye. Yeah. So you know. Yeah. I've thrown that first one so well. I just need to replicate that. I need to go home. I need to put the hours on the board. I know you haven't got enough hours to have on the board as you would like. But certainly when you do throw it properly, the results are fantastic.
And that's what I was saying sort of before, whereas if something's gone wrong, I'm not worrying why is this stand-up.
Yeah, you're not going to start changing your grip.
Exactly.
You're not going to change your stance. You're not going to change how you throw it. You're just going to go, bad day at the office, cut the practice short, come again tomorrow.
Yeah,
lovely dance.
Because I know that I've just, you know, the hand's not open quick enough, or my shoulder's gone like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking of, I'm not overthinking it.
Right, 3 more with them, and then we'll take them out and try a slightly bigger one. Oh, lovely that stuff.
That's right. Not on the 60.
Lovely. Right, let's take those out, and we'll pop these ones in.
Which ones are these ones?
So we're going to go with those.
Almost the same with the.
Yeah.
So these you say are slightly bigger than.
Yeah. So if you compare it to say which the ones that we just used there, you'll just see.
Oh yeah.
You can see how it just looks slightly bigger. It's a tiny bit longer. It's not. I don't think it's any wider, is it? Maybe a fraction. It's still a number 2 shape. It's just slightly bigger.
So what will these do? What was the added size on this?
Yeah, so it's going to add a tiny bit of weight,
yeah,
and it's going to add a tiny bit of air resistance. Now, as I said, the bigger we go, there's a reason why a parachute is the size that it is. You know, I'm kind of quite my instant thought. Sorry, I lost my train of thought because I was just out of the corner of my eye thinking, wow, they went straight.
You know, it's bizarre this because felt the went straight, but because they're clear,
Yeah.
when I pulled them up to my eye, I'm thinking, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
So it's a strange feeling throwing something.
I've known more and more people go to transparent this year. It's almost become a thing that people are just liking transparent now. Even the transparent that have got colour in them.
Yeah.
You know, it's still not the same as seeing a solid colour. So, right, I'm going to stop talking for a second, just concentrate on how these are going in for you. Okay, I'm not seeing particularly enough benefit.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing enough benefit to go into that one over the last one for you. It's the one I'm using right now. And you've thrown 3 good darts there, but there's nothing that's kind of, in fact, 1 or 2 are a little bit low, etc.
So stop screaming out.
Again, a lot of this, it's kind of hard to write down what it actually is. It's more my experience of being a coach, and you can probably prove me wrong now at 180 or something, but it's just my experience of having seen, you know, 1,000,000 darts thrown, that I just get a feeling that one is better than the other. But I'll always double check it, so we will go back in a sec. That's what I want to do now. I want to go back to the previous one and compare the two.
I mean, that's the thing, if something's been made in darts, you've probably used it, seen it, been there, done.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, what we'll do, let's just go lighter.
Yeah.
Let's go to Fit Fly Air. All right. Like I say, these are Cosmo. It's the lightest of the lot. Really, really light. This is the one that sometimes I put in and people go, I can't even feel anything
Are
at the
these the
back.
pop-off ones, or are these?
Yeah. So it just literally just pulls off. So again, you don't get Robin Hood or anything like that. Good system.
Never used these before. Never used these.
Right, so let's give these a go and just see what sort of reaction we get from those.
I can feel like there's a lot more give in the fly.
Yes, there is.
The other ones.
Yeah, they are a lot thinner. Now this system, they will actually move, but they don't spin. So for example, if another dart hits it, it'll turn, but it doesn't spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. There are spinning versions, I'm just not a fan of them.
And I've seen Ray with Ivanovic, I think he uses them.
Okay.
Look a bit weird on the board.
Yeah.
That was all shoulder in that one.
So again, it's a physical. My eye watching this fly.
Yeah.
I don't like how it's flying the same. I don't know whether it'll pick it up on camera or not, but it's actually starting to kick into the board too soon. So halfway through your throw, the dart is already wanting to kick in, and that's because there's no weight, no resistance on the back end. So the weight of the dart is doing this too early.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen even pro players have the wrong setup, and you'll see that the dart kicking too early and they get loads of bounce outs because it's kicking in to the dart that's already there too early, smacking against it, and it ends up on the floor.
Yeah.
So we don't want that. All right, so I'm happy to say that out. That's not the right system for you. And let's go back to what we were using before, which was the Condor.
Yeah, which is what I came in with.
It is what you came
That's
in
what
with, yeah.
set me up with originally. Which was those. So I've gone back to the original ones. The ones that I came in with that I was fitted with January.
Yeah, Condor, short, max. All right, so let's go back to these.
So what's the difference between short and long? How does that affect the dart?
Yeah, so again, that's how long have we got? That's almost another video. It really is almost another video. And we could perhaps, I can perhaps put a longer one in here just after you've thrown these, and we'll just see the difference. It's all affecting the balance. Now, it used to the old rule was short barrel, long stem, long barrel, short stem.
Yeah.
That was kind of the rule that I was brought up on for darts. But it has changed now because we're changing, all the barrels have got, that's just like an old friend again, coming back. Just watching that is just so
Feel like the love.
So while we're talking about it, let's take them out, Colin. We'll just put so that's the short one, let's just put the medium in. And you should see some difference. It'll upset the balance point of the dart, and it'll have a different reaction into the board. Which again is where I say to people, they've maybe used medium stems, they've got a stash of them at home, they buy a new set of darts, they just put them in. Might be completely the wrong length for the new dart that they've just bought.
Yeah.
So again, affects everything. I actually played with medium for quite a while until
difference there.
yeah.
But generally I've always thrown with short, never really gone on. We'll see how these go.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you see straight away, they flatten.
Yeah.
Okay, longer dart, so it's just flattened it
That
out.
was always my issue with medium and long stems.
There's a lovely tongue, by the way, and if you keep doing that, we might have to have a look at this, but it will flatten the dart out for some people. And again, you've got it there. Now, when you first came, you said, I'm dying to have that, where the dart sticks up, kicks up, I can come in underneath, that's what I want. So, this is going to produce a much flatter result. That being said,
they're not too bad, are they?
They're not as bad as what they were when we tried them with the other darts.
I think what it is with these ones, because they're tapered, I'm still seeing more. I'm still seeing more of a gap because they're more tapered towards the bottom.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're not really as bad. Because even though they're lying flat, from my my point of view, they don't look too flat. They don't look flat.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. We're not suddenly getting the dart going in like this, because if we were,
we're not getting
really concerned.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're coming in underneath that.
I can do anything with that.
You're aiming for this. I know you are. The old. I think probably Adrian Lewis was the best at that. Coming in really high and then coming underneath. And this one's producing sort of this, so it's not the end of the world. So it's well worth us giving it a go.
Because I cannot stack.
No, stacking is it's almost it's a different throw.
Yeah.
I can't suddenly give you a dart and you become a stacker thrower, because it is how you throw, and you're almost dropping the dart into the board rather than pushing it into the board.
I've seen people online, who their darts kick up and they say, "Oh, I really want to stack darts." Well, it's not that simple, is it?
No, it isn't.
You're not really
you'd have to change your throw.
There's not loads of stackers, are there? When you think about it,
No.
I think the majority
probably 1 in 10.
And if you think of the heavy scorers, Anderson, Michael Smith, Rice.
Yeah. Chizzy.
Yeah.
Nobody hits more 180s than Chizzy, and he's bringing them in at the same sort of angle as you.
Not quite as good as Chizzy, but
Not yet.
maybe Chizzy on a bad day, yeah. Kind of good class.
I'm happy for you to throw a few more now, because again, I think we got a little bit of early success with these. That's lovely. Now try and follow that in.
Oh, that was ignore
Yeah,
that.
okay, yeah.
I think my hand was in Bolton.
So you probably can't see it from your angle,
Yeah.
You're actually getting a little bit more left to right now as well. So you're getting right, there's a perfect example.
Yeah.
That's gone in the 1, but yet the flight is covering the treble 20.
Yeah.
That's how wide
that's
it's gone in.
there.
Yeah, that's how wide that's gone in. So again, early days with this, I think you 3 tons on the throttle, something similar to that, and you found some nice darts there, but the bad ones are worse than the bad ones with the other.
And if you hit a single one and you've got a switch, you know there's an issue.
Yeah, yeah. And again, that's half of the job when I'm doing this, is the damage limitation. I sort of say to people, I want your bad darts not to be as bad as they used to be. You know, your good darts, great. You know, your 180 is fantastic. We're loving that.
I think I mentioned sort of at the start, you know, when I got the original fitting, the thing that I noticed was the angle was consistent.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for me, because I mean, like you've probably seen this video, I'm a big switcher.
Yeah, yeah.
And that can just, it throws you out of rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I think we're going to go back now. We've got to go with the mediums. Let's go back to the shorts and let's just see if it's like an old friend.
I mean, that's what you were saying before, that you could pick up a dart, hit 180, 140, but after 10 minutes.
Oh mate, I've done it so many times. And not just with the dart, but with the backhand. Like I say, I was a medium thrower for a while.
Yeah.
I then had my own darts made, which were a little bit longer, but I thought, well, I've always used medium, so I'll carry on using medium.
Yeah.
And persisting, was getting nowhere. And then suddenly realised, well, if I've made the dart longer, I'm going to have to make the stem shorter.
The whole setup is...
Yeah, the setup's changed, and so we do get a little bit, you know, set in our ways. So let's just see.
It's hard to describe, but I like the feeling of a shorter setup.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got more control on a shot. Instantly when I'm releasing that dart, regardless of where it's going, I feel like I've got more control over it.
And that's key.
I mean, look at the barrel, that barrel's probably shorter than most as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I prefer a shorter setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Even in those first 6 darts, I've seen a couple that weren't thrown properly, but we didn't get anywhere near that amount of left-right movement. And that's the key.
Yeah, I mean,
and yet the good darts are really good.
Yeah, I mean that 18, obviously that was for the 20, but even then the angle is still
the
same.
With the longer one, that would have been almost covering the 20.
Yeah. Like you said, it is like an old friend, an old friend.
It is, yeah. And don't get me wrong, you've had these in your hand 5 minutes, you're getting the treble 90 again. You're going to have to learn to use this dart now, like you've learned to use that one. You know, it's not the ideal scenario, but again, so good. So good. Perfect. Same angle. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Perfect.
Getting closer.
Perfect. We got your new darts. Crypt M2, 23 gram, Condor Axe, short.
I mean, until you mentioned this, I kind of forgot I was throwing a different dart.
Brilliant.
I still thought I was throwing the Sharons.
And what I noticed with what you've done with your old dart is you took my advice and you roughened up the front of the point, which is brilliant. You've not thought, I'll put some grippy points in or whatever. You've took my advice and just roughed that up a little bit so it grips into the board.
And you know what? It's surprising actually, because when I sandpaper that and feel it, doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
Through it, I can pull it out.
Yeah,
it's like super glue.
Yeah, it's mad. It's just, I guess you'd have to get a magnifying glass and see what you've actually done to the point, and then as it hits the sides, it just grips it.
I mean, you do see it sometimes on stage when you get a close with a player's case. A lot of them do carry sandpaper.
Yeah, yeah. I was used to have a little bit of sandpaper. Yeah, just rough up that front if it was dropping. If it was a really hard board and my darts were dropping out, just roughen up the front edge a little bit.
Yeah, I mean these are comfortable.
That's what I like. We've had 5 minutes and you're already liking the way it feels. You've forgotten that you've got a new dart in your hand. So, as I always say, it's now go on and put 10 hours on the board and get used to them.
I mean, I think for me actually the most challenging
Is that confident now? It's play with 2. Oh, you left it in. Stop playing with 2 darts.
I was just going to say that I've thrown a terrible dart there and it's still dead straight in the board.
Yeah.
Which, like you said before, that would have been covering the treble 12 or whatever. I think I'll wire a couple of 180s the first time as well.
Yeah, I think I'll get my darts out here, Connor, and then you'll feel great after you see me throw.
With it wire or darts?
Yeah, so mine are the precision darts that we've just
very
released. Thanks for that quick punt there. Yeah, precision darts that have just been released. Yeah, so these are my darts I've been using for a couple of years, and we finally brought them out under the name Precision a couple of weeks back, and yeah, I absolutely love them. So they've got a micro grip and a scallop exactly where I hold it. So I think it's only fair that we have a first to hit a bullseye. I think I'll let you go first.
It's not like a penalty shoot sight. If I hit the bullseye, that's it.
It'd be fun, yeah. Yeah. No, I don't get something to go after. You just ping it in. Now that's it. Game over.
Oh dear.
So you give me a chance, you see, and that's what I like.
You've got to give him a chance, haven't you? I don't believe, you know what?
I pop it in second dart over the top as well.
That first start, and I said to myself, he's got no chance. He's got absolutely no chance.
Can we make sure that's on camera because it might never happen again? Yeah, as you know, I don't really play these days, but everybody gets.
I don't know if you can see the angle, but you can see, as someone used to say, Annie Oakley couldn't hit that, but Andy Cornwall can.
Oh dear. An old dog gets lucky every now and again.
That's what a great darter does, they hit a great shot and put the darts down.
Yeah, that's it now. You don't carry on. You definitely, I tell you what, good effort. Connor, it's been an absolute pleasure as always, mate. A pleasure. Thank you for coming down again.
Thanks.
I will go and get you a set of those darts out the warehouse so that you've got a brand new set good to go. And yeah, almost you got to start all over again now. You've had 6 months with them. You're like, yeah, no. But it's such a similar dart that you know, within a day or so,
well,
you could have been.
Like I said, I kind of forgot that I was showing a new dart.
Brilliant. Fantastic, mate. Thanks again.
Yeah, thanks very much.
And all the best. Right, buddy. Straight out of the warehouse. There we go. There's your new darts. Fantastic.
Q Score 2025. Keep an eye out with these.
We'll watch out for that one.
It's 23 grams as well. That's going to be. Like I said, I forgot I was throwing even a different weight.
Yeah. 2 grams lighter. Yeah.
I haven't thrown 23 in years.
Well, there you go. Back to it.
Andy, really appreciate your work.
Pleasure,
Thanks
mate.
very much.
Pleasure. Thank you. I know you've enjoyed it again today, Connor, but I found something that might be of interest for you. Now, we don't sell these, all right? They're in pre-production at the moment, made in a very famous factory that I'm not allowed to say.
I'm excited.
But how about a nice pair of Mission shoes?
Oh, wow. I didn't even know Mission did shoes.
Well, we don't. That's the thing. That's why I say pre-production. But how about you take those away? Can't guarantee to improve your darts any further, but you'll certainly be comfy while you do it. All right, mate?
Like I said, Q Score 2025. I'm going to be kitted out. Andy, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All the best, mate. Cheers.
Yeah. Look at that. I've got all the gear now. I've got no excuses. No excuses whatsoever. I'll put them there. So there we have it. I'm out of the darting cave again. I've been fitted with another set of darts. So not too dissimilar from what I was fitted with originally in January, but they are a little bit different. Different weight, slightly tapered towards the bottom, but again, all my darting questions have been answered. Andy Cornwall, well, you'd listen to it yourself. Everything is just explained so brilliantly. I can go away now and really build the consistency and improve with these darts that I have been doing since January, just working on those foundations. Don't forget, if you like this and you want to see Andy Cornwall yourself, we're going to have a link in the description. You can book a session and get your own perfect set of darts. And if you want more darting content, we're in Blackpool next week for the World Match Play, which is going to be a big one, because if you've not heard, Michael van Gerwen is playing Luke Littler in the opening round. So join us there for all player interviews, instant reaction, and more backstage stuff. That starts next week over on Darts Now. Like, comment, and subscribe.